Backyard Brawl in Tazewell County this week. Stimulus checks for everybody. But before you get excited, Ralph Northam is still the governor of Virginia. Welcome to episode 3.4 After the Whistle. Gentlemen, how was your week?
Greatness.
Good day. I believe I lost every game, guys.
You did.
You did very poorly this week. You did very poorly this week.
Well, I had to let y'all catch up to make it interesting.
For the most part, a pretty good week of high school football. Got a lot of stats and information to share with us on today's program. Before we do that, I want to mention our sponsors real quick. CarQuest Auto Parts, Hurley Pharmacy, Economy Drug, Wooden Horse Grill, Grundy Auto Sales, Buchanan Therapy Services, and Buchanan General Hospital, and of course, Bellacino's Restaurant here in Grundy, Virginia, are our sponsors, and we appreciate them for helping us out with the show. All right, fellas, let's go straight to it here. Brought to you by Buchanan Therapy Services. We got last week's recap. A lot of games to go over here, and Coach.
We got them, boys.
Go ahead and
we
start.
have first game is George Wythe at Bland. I've got wrote down here. We have George Wythe 56, Bland 8. George Wythe finally got to play a game. I think that's her first game.
Put them in top 5 now.
I did.
Good
Got
to
'em in
hear
there.
Bland mentioned, even though the score probably isn't what they were wanting. Glad to hear Bland in the football scores once again. Ben Lale, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, 106 yards passing, 103 yards rushing for GW. Pretty big performance for him. GW cruised to a win over the Blaine County Bears. What next we got? Coach?
Next game I got Thomas Walker 20, Ryco 14, and I think Thomas Walker ran a punt back to seal the deal there late in the fourth quarter with about 6-7 minutes. Or
I think it was third and fourth quarter, 92-yard punt return for touchdown. Kenny Ball, I think it was. I've seen him run the ball a few times last couple weeks ago against Twin Valley. Ran the ball really well apparently. Mason Harden, 206 yards rushing for Ryco. That kid can run the ball, 2 scores. Unfortunately for him, it was in a losing effort, but Tom Walker back in the win column. That's your old buddy there.
You picked against him too, didn't you?
who?
Nick Johnson.
I did.
I picked you, Nick, man. These guys went against you.
I did, Nick. That's a good win, big win. All right, next game we've got the Big R in Virginia High. Big R 37 and Virginia High 0. I think Sage Webb had another big game.
Yeah, Sage Webb, I think, had 3 touchdowns on the day, 2 rushing, 1 receiving for Richlands. Puts them in the win column. First win for Coach Wells there as a Blue Tornado. Big story of the game, though, wasn't the offense. It was Richlands' defense. It gave up a total of 47 yards total offense to Virginia High.
You can win a lot of ball games doing that.
You can. The touchdowns were just insurance touchdowns, it looks like. But Richlands did in the win column, got that loss to Graham behind them, and we'll have to see what happens because they got a big one coming up this week. Backyard Brawl finally here. All
All
right.
right, next game we've got Union at Great City, or I don't know where it was at, but Union squeaks by 26-6.
Lomax, 2 touchdowns for Union. Union's defense is the story, the headline here, though, is their defense. Union has so far given up 6 points this year. That's it.
Yeah, and I think Coach Edwards does the defense over there, and that's pretty good. At least that Corey Bostic and Turner don't do the defense. At least they keep them on one side of the ball.
Well,
Feel
I
sorry
think
for
it
him.
was
young.
close for a while. I think it was a touchdown ball game at halftime, from what I understood. So,
of course, that's a rivalry that goes way back, but Union has owned the better part of that for the last little bit. So big win for Union there.
All right, next game we've got Honeacre at Hurley.
What do you think?
Honeacre 35, the Rebels 0.
I did not see that coming. I thought Hurley might. Well, I can't
I
believe
wasn't surprised that Homeacre won. I was surprised about
how
they won and how much they won by. I thought it was going to be a closer game, but
It was
Homeacre came out ready to play. Man, got on and
And it was all she wrote.
Hurley not really able to get a lot
Hurley played a little better in the second half, only giving up 7 points, but we just couldn't get nothing moving with Hurley's big defensive line there. Just couldn't get them out of the way.
I mean, Honeacres.
6
did that.
turnovers.
Or Honeacres' defensive line.
6 turnovers.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I bet you the total for both teams, I bet we had close to probably 17 turnovers.
Looked like a basketball game.
Point guard.
Point guard. Skylar Miller, 167 yards rushing on 11 carries, 2 scores for the Tigers, so bright spot for them. And then Doug Hubbard gets his first win of the season.
Well, the big
there.
thing with that, on that note, Doug was already down 2 players that was hurt, wasn't playing that game, and he got one of his key running backs, I think, broke his leg. And I hate that. I mean, he was running the ball good. It's another setback for him. So, I mean, but, boys, COVID year.
Yeah, it's anything that can go wrong will. Murphy's Law.
Unless if you're Coach K at Duke, just get COVID and don't have to worry about not making the tournament.
Yeah, that would be a good one for our conspiracy of the week, because
There ain't no conspiracy. That's facts.
the things that they will do to get out of losing another game at Duke. But we will save that one for another time. What else we got?
Oh, Tazewell and Marion. Tazewell 53, Marion 7.
53.
Boy, Tazewell might be the real deal. I seen them get their defense over there at Hurley that they left that time.
Well, you remember Chance Harris, the kid that hurt his leg really bad in 2019, I think it was.
Is he back?
Good spring.
He's back, had 160 yards rushing on 25 carries, had 1 touchdown. So it seems like he's back in good shape again. And Marion, after that win against Chilhowie, I was expecting this one to be a little bit closer. But Marion, I'm reading, has about just a handful of seniors, and they got a really young team. So, but that was a good win for Tazewell there, and I think it just proves that this isn't the same old Tazewell anymore.
Find out Friday. All right, next game, the G-Men. G-Men. 49, Lebanon, 6.
They were open.
No, it wasn't open. The Fritz kid had 4 touchdowns, I think, in the first half for Graham, and they never looked back after that.
I mean, Bradshaw had 2 70-yard touchdown runs, didn't he, or just 1? Did I read that right?
I'm not sure. Speaking of the Fritz kid, I think he's a 4-time state champion wrestling, too. And he's not from Green.
Wow. Big time.
Look at that.
All right, next game we've got Eastside Spartans, Twin Springs. Eastside 43, Twin Springs 30.
A little bit of a shootout there, it looks like.
I think the difference maker was the quarterback from Eastside.
Stansberry.
Is that him?
Yeah, 163 yards
Yeah,
passing.
he's pretty good.
2 touchdowns, and he also rushed for 2 touchdowns and had 104 or 105 yards rushing. Lead Eastside, but the story in the newspaper was Eli McCoy. Did y'all see that? Well, Eli McCoy scored 2 touchdowns for Eastside, and then turned around and scored 2 touchdowns for Twin Springs. I kid you not. They had 2 Eli McCoys on the field, 1 for each team, and both of them scored 2 touchdowns the other night. Think about that.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, that was a conspiracy.
All right, next game we've got Patrick Henry and Royal Retreat. Patrick Henry pulls it off 28-24. I watched a little bit of that game. It was close. Royal Retreat cut it to, I think, 4 or 5. And Patrick Henry ran an 80-yard kickoff return back. Kind of sealed it. And Royal Retreat scored there. And
That's why we don't get to people. We didn't, did we?
no, they get it. They might as well give it to him at the 50.
All right, well, that gets PH back in the win column there.
And the last game we've got on the docket is Holston 47, Twin Valley 0. I'm like Coach Tester with the Hurley one. It don't shock me that Holston won, but the way they won.
Yeah.
I mean, I just
470 yards total offense for Holston. Brooks kid is fast. He is
quarterback.
real fast.
He makes fast look fast.
Yeah, he makes fast look
See the
slow.
quarterback?
He makes fast look slow.
See the quarterback.
Quarterback. Brooks kid had had 3 touchdown passes to 3 different receivers, but he created so many I mean, I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen players, you know, they're literally just inches away from making a sack in the backfield, and he just turned nothing into something time and time again for Holston, and it was Holston all night. And I'm with Coach here. I did not expect that kind of a win. It wouldn't have shocked me that they won. I thought the game was going to be much closer, but it wasn't. So hats off to Holston. They have proven to be one of the better teams in the region right now. Is that all we got, Coach?
That's all of no, Chilhowie and Northwood. Chilhowie 21, Northwood 0.
That's
Kind of shocking, but
closer than I would. I mean,
but Northwood's not bad, guys. They can throw it around. I know they didn't score, but they can keep the ball from people.
Who was it? Northwood, Chad?
Yes.
Who won?
chill out.
13.
21-0.
21-0.
Yep. All right, so that's takes care of our last week's recap.
No, Abbott and Wise didn't play.
Oh yeah, they did.
I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Go
Coach Tester got mad at me last week, guys, and I mean, I know they played them tough, but guess what? Falcons on top, 13-7.
It was actually the same kind of game that the Wise and Ridgeview game was. Shank punt, defense, and special teams. You know, it was tough sledding, guys.
Well, no, I don't know if you remember this or not, but you said something about the score. You wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a 14-7 type ball game.
I predicted a 14-12 ball game, but anyway, like I said, their defensive front was huge, hard to move. You know, just give them credit. You know, they come out on top, but
It was a good game. I watched some of it, and the dude from Abingdon, the quarterback threw the ball up. The guy took his left hand and one-handed snagged that in the end zone, and it was a great catch. There wasn't nothing they could do.
They just made plays, and we didn't at the times. And guys, it could have went either way, but like I said, it was a hard-fought game. Congrats to Abingdon, and
I don't think playing them that tight. I don't think you don't want to lose a game.
Right.
But we talked about this. There's a possibility that we felt like Wise could run the table, but we felt like somebody would get them, and this is the one team that we thought would get them.
it was, we was talking about their defensive front earlier. That's probably one of the biggest defensive fronts I've seen in high school football. And they were hard to move, and they got to the ball. Defense was fast, physical, and our defense played really, really well. So, it was one of them things. So, just one of those ball games, man, slugfest. So,
Well, I want to give a shout out to your boy Tyson. It was 4th and inches. Big play of the game. Tyson sticks the running back or fullback, and nothing.
Oh, really?
Ball turnover on downs. It was a great stop by Tyson on there. I know Greg won't give him no pat on the back, but I will. Good job, Tyson.
Had it been you running the ball, would he have stopped you?
Absolutely. He'd have knocked him 5 yards backwards.
Put him on the line.
come on, dog.
Or he might have tackled over top of him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you get that low. Not you.
No, but it was a great play by Tyson, and I just want to give him a shout out on that.
All right. That concludes our recap of week 3. Next segment is our conspiracy of the week, brought to you by Krieger's Gumball Machine. Krieger's Gumball Machine. I got to read the ad for it.
Here?
Yeah. For the absolute best quality gumballs in town, drop in a quarter and watch them go round. Krieger's Gumball Machine here at Bellacino's, only 25 cents. Our conspiracy of the week, Coach Krieger. 1947, they say that a UFO crashed at Roswell, New Mexico. There's been photos, and a lot of people talk about that. What's your thoughts on that?
All I know, I don't know much about that, but all I know that there's a secret compartment in a hideaway behind Abraham Lincoln's nose at Mount Rushmore. I've been.
A hideaway.
A secret
compartment where people can hide.
Behind the nose of Abraham Lincoln in Mount Rushmore.
Heard that.
Well, that's a good one right there now. Is that connected to that airport in Denver you was telling us about?
Well, I've been looking some more on that airport. I'm not going to say nothing else on it because my brother, I know some Masons. So So I'm not going to get into that, none of that.
Well, folks, let us know what you think. Is there a secret compartment behind the nose of Abraham Lincoln at Mount Rushmore? And if so, what's it for? And what are your thoughts on the UFO crash in 1947 at Roswell, New Mexico? That's our conspiracy of the week. All right, up next we have our Big Talk segment brought to you by the Wooden Horse Grill located in Hurley, Virginia. McKinnon County's best kept secret. Food so good and make your tongue want to slap your brains out. Check out the fine entrees and great meals at the Wooden Horse Grill in Hurley. All right, our Big Talk segment this week, fellas, is the Backyard Brawl this year. Coming up this week, Tazewell, Richlands. Is this the year that Tazewell finally gets it done?
I can say yes and I can say no, but it has to be this year.
I think it does too.
If it's not this year, it could be a couple more. But I could be wrong on that. But Tazewell's pretty good this year. Richlands coming off with the win. They're getting their little groove going, so it's going to be a tough one.
Well, the fact that Richlands' defense played so well has almost switched my opinion on this a little bit because they really stepped it up and played some defense. Tazewell, by the way, for the record, and I may be wrong on this, I'm pretty sure Tazewell has not scored against Richlands in the last 5 meetings.
Oh, really?
And so that's a.
I bet you they scored on it.
I think they will too. But that's something that Tazewell's, I think getting that first score is going to be big to kind of get the monkey off their back a little bit. So that's something that they've got to do. They've got to score early, and if they do that, I think it might loosen them up a little bit. Last time Tazewell beat them was in 2003.
It's going to be interesting on the picks here in a minute, boys.
So what you guys, what final thoughts on this? What do y'all think?
Go either way, man.
It could be Tazewell's time. They played Riverhead's tough. I mean, our Pistol's cauliflower pizza that he ordered.
Pistol has went woke on us, folks. He's now eating cauliflower pizza. He's a full-blown vegan, and he identifies as a bar stool. All right, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call Tazewell on this one. I'm going to think Tazewell.
Oh, we're going to go ahead and pick?
No, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say
I'm going to have to think about it a little
We'll
longer.
have to wait.
All right. Well, each week there are players throughout the region that do exceptionally well, and it's impossible for us to keep up with all of them. But with our CarQuest Auto Parts Peak Performance of the Week, we try to recognize one player throughout the region each week. And our winner this week is Will Stansberry from Eastside. Will had 163 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. And he also rushed for 104 yards and had 2 rushing touchdowns to lead Eastside over Twin Springs 43-30. So our CarQuest Auto Parts Peak Performer of the Week is Will Stansberry from Eastside. And up next, we have our Belsino's Player of the Week.
Hey guys, we're here with our Belsino's Player of the Week, Mr. Kevin Looney from Hurley High School. He's a freshman, had 111 yards on 7 carries this weekend. One of the only few bright spots for the Rebels, and I know the game didn't turn out how he wanted to do it, but he was actually a big bright spot for the Rebels. And man, just talk about the game and it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out, I know, as a team. And just talk about what you guys got to do to get back going and get back on track.
You just gotta keep grinding and just gotta
Believe in yourself.
just gotta believe in yourself and come together as a team.
There you go, man. Well, as I said, man, you did a good job this week. Like I said, you was a big bright spot for them. One of the first times you'd ever touched the ball. I said, I think you was even playing Little League football last year, if I ain't mistaken. But anyway, 7 carries for 111 yards. Big job for Kevin Looney, and congratulations, man. You're Belsino's Player of the Week.
Thanks.
Congratulations to Kevin Looney, our Belsino's Player of the Week. Next, we have, let's see here, gentlemen, our Did You Know segment brought to you by Economy Drug, located in the Grundy Plaza. Economy Drug, located in the Grundy Plaza, is your hometown pharmacy. Friendly faces, fast service. Stop and see the folks at Economy Drug. They'll get you taken care of. No long lines, no long waits, no big corporations, small town friendliness. Economy Drug. All right, let's see here. Did you know, this is football, did you know? I know you guys both knew this. College footballs have white stripes on each end of the football, whereas the pro footballs do not. Did you notice that?
I did.
I did not.
A lot of people don't pay attention to that stuff. Pro teams, if you have a football game, a pro team has to have at least 36 footballs on hand, inflated properly, and the visitors must have at least 24 on hand for all NFL games. So that's a total of 60 footballs that are required for every NFL football game. And do you have any, I know we're not talking baseball here, but I know baseball uses outrageous number of baseballs.
Gosh. I don't know, but if it even gets a scratch on it off one pitch, a ball can, its livelihood is like one pitch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They just throw it out.
And of course, you know, with the NFL football, one of the things with the markings on the end of the football, I like it. I prefer it better on the white marking. But you remember the XFL had a pretty cool, the end of the football was marked. It looked like it would be a lot easier for receivers, make it easier for them to, you know.
No, Tom Brady knows how to make it easier to catch.
But nonetheless,
Dak Prescott making more than Tom Brady now, ain't he?
Tom Brady.
That's why Tom Brady has won 7 championships.
That was way too much for Dak. Way too much.
Yeah,
I'm
I
a Cowboy fan, but he's not in the top 5 quarterbacks. And that's the top 5 money, right?
Yeah, we have
40 million.
Yeah.
40 million.
42 million a year.
Well, the NFL, I'm not sure, but I know with the revenue shares down for the NFL, I think the salary cap dropped, what, $15-16 million or something like
Kansas
that.
City still got to let people go.
Hey, but that's what us Cowboys do, man. We overpay people.
Yeah, that's a fact. All right, up next we've got our Hurley IGA Top 5. IGA Top 5. Sandwich trays, meat trays, vegetable trays, fruit trays, the area's best selection of fresh meat, all available at Hurley IGA, located in Hurley, Virginia. Stop and see them. They sponsor our Top 5 segment each week, Hurley IGA.
Boy, shake up.
There's one thing about it. You can't beat IGA's meat.
You heard it from the man himself. All right, fellas. Well, let's take our top 5. And who wants to go first with that?
I'll go first.
All right, tell us who you got. We'll start with 1A.
1A, I got a little new one in there. I'm going to go with Patrick Henry at number 5, guys. They're in there. Beat Royal Retreat. Had Royal Retreat in. And kick return away. And Patrick Henry's in at 5. George Witt finally played. They're at 4. Chilhowie, I got at number 3. I've got Holston at number 2. And I got John I. Burton.
Okay.
At number 1.
You cheat.
What it?
Did you look at mine?
No.
I thought he was calling yours.
All right.
That's the ones I put in. You told me to put them in today.
Okay. Yeah, I believe you. All right.
Cause,
my top 5.
Oh, see, right here's my 2A.
Okay. That's my 2.
No, it ain't. You printed the wrong one.
It says more.
Yeah, but I think I wrote in yours.
Oh.
Yeah, look.
No, I've had Tazewell at 3.
No, I did put it in yours. Top 5 more.
Well, we've got the same ones. What's it matter?
You don't have.
That's what I picked. 3. Yeah, yours is identical.
Even your 2A?
Oh, no.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That
okay.
shows you this is mine.
Oh, okay. So my 1A.
Well, we need to take time out or what?
It's so hot in here and the Wi-Fi sucks. So.
Hey,
all right, well,
pizza's pretty, ain't it?
I'll hurry up and knock my 5A. My 1A top 5 out. I got PH at number 5. And George Witt at number 4. Chilhowie number 3. Holston at number 2. And I have Burton at number 1. What you got, Coach?
Well, squeaking in at number 5 after their first game was George Witt after they big massacre against Blaine County. So I'm going to go with George Wythe at number 5. I'm going with the Hostin Cavaliers at number 4. Big win over Twin Valley. Surprised me a little bit. I thought they would win the game, but I didn't know they'd win it in that fashion. Number 3, I bumped down the Castlewood Blue Devils after the John I. Burton Raiders proved me wrong this week. So, but
They're winning today, 13-0 or 13-10.
Castlewood's still going to be in there they're going to be there in the end. So I think you can see those top 3 teams I got. Either one of them playing for the region title. So I got Castlewood at 3. I got Chilhowie back at number 2, and I bumped the J.I. Burton Raiders back to number 1. Every single way.
Wow, so all 3 of us have Burton at 1.
Yeah.
We have a consensus. What about that? All
2A, I got the Union Bears coming in at number 5 after their win over Gate City this week.
Give them too much respect.
Still got the Ridgeview Wolfpack at number 4. I think they might have slid down. I think I bumped Tazewell ahead of them this week. I really like this Tazewell bunch, and they might get their first win over Richlands this week. We'll see. I'm going with the Tazewell Bulldogs at number 3, the Central Warriors at number 2, and still Palmer's Patron G-Men at number 1.
All right.
Patron, boys.
My top 5 is very close to yours, very similar. I've got Union number 5. Got the Ridgeview Wolfpack coming in at number 4. Tazewell Bulldogs, I moved them up to 3. I agree with you. I think they're a team on the rise. Number 2, I still have Wise Central. And number 1, I've got the G-Men. What you got, Coach?
All right, guys. I mean, as much as I hate it, I just make. But Coach Edwards, the defense at Union's he's got them at number 5. So I got the Union Bears at number 5. I got the Ridgeview Wolfpack at 4. The Tazewell Puppies at number 3. Palmer's Patron at number 2. And my number 1 team in 2A, why Central Warriors, baby. Warriors, woo, woo.
All right, so we got 2. We got you and I both have G-Men at 1. You got Y Central at 1. All right, that's our IGA top 5 for this week, going into week 4. All right, now it's time for that part of the show where we attempt to stump the CRIG, and we're going to try once again for the who knows how many times we've attempted this to stump the CRIG, and it's brought to you by Grundy Auto Sales, located in Grundy, Virginia. Grundy Auto Sales for a great selection of pre-owned vehicles at prices you can afford. Visit Grundy Auto Sales in Grundy. Always honest, always reliable. Grundy Auto Sales. All right, Coach Krieger, I have in my hand an envelope that is hermetically sealed. It's been in a bank vault for the last week under armed security. And someone in a Brinks armored truck just delivered this, and you have not seen it. Is that correct?
I have not seen it.
You have not seen it. All right. Let's open up the envelope and see what the question is.
He was plundering through your papers when you were going to the bathroom there.
I'm the one who went to the bathroom.
Oh. If you drop soap on the floor, is the floor clean or is the soap dirty?
I know this is going to shock you, but I've dropped soap in the shower before. I've been over to pick it up, came up dirty. The soap is dirty.
The soap is dirty.
I mean, you go down. Once you go down to pick that soap up, you come up dirty. I know y'all done it.
I can't say
If you're picking soap up off the floor in the shower, you coming up dirty.
Do you buy soap on a rope now?
No. I hold on to it a little bit.
After one time, I would be using soap on a rope. After having heard that, I probably would start using it anyhow, just in case. All right. We failed once again to stump the CRIG. Your soap is dirty?
Yeah.
No.
When you come up, you're dirty.
That's good enough for me. All right. We'll leave that one alone before it gets out of hand here. All right, up next we have our pigskin prognostications brought to you by Buchanan General Hospital. Quality health care with a staff of dedicated professionals. Buchanan General Hospital has been a mainstay in Buchanan County for years. When you and your family need the assistance of a medical professional, stop by and see Buchanan General Hospital. They are there for you. All right. Gentlemen, here we go with our prognostications for this week. Coach Krieger, you got the
All
games?
right, Friday, March the 12th, 7 p.m. Gate City at Y Central. Y Central.
I'm going to say Y Central.
Here we go. Now, I'm telling you, they're going to come over here, they're going to hit us, and they're going to do this, and it's going to be closer than y'all think. Y Central. Oh. Ain't that what we got?
No.
Ain't that right on it? Yeah, thank you. I answered it for him.
Spot on.
No.
Now you don't know what to say.
No, man. It's still going to be a better game than what y'all think it's going to
Yeah, but
Yeah, it
be.
is.
I think,
Union beat
no,
them by 20.
listen. We got to get the offense going. We got to get a running game going. I think we get it going this week. I think Gate City's going to come out stoked at first. I think we're going to end up getting a running game going and getting away with the win. So I'm going with the Central Warriors.
all right.
Yeah.
Just imagine that.
Virginia High at Lebanon.
That's a tough one there.
That is a tough one. You pick this one first.
Before we get into that, let's recap last week's records. I forgot, Coach Krieger, you went 9-4 last week. I went 9-4 last week, and then Tester over here went 7-6.
It went above 500.
Yeah, but it's above 500.
I thought I lost more than that.
All
I had to
right.
let y'all catch up.
You did. We caught you.
All right, so we got Lebanon, Virginia High. You want to pick that first?
No, we're going to let Coach Tester
Go ahead.
start.
Where's it at?
At Lebanon.
Virginia High.
Too much speed, Virginia High.
I'm going to say Virginia High, and speed will be the factor.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, Virginia High across the board.
Eastside, Friday, March 12th, 7 o'clock. Eastside at Rye Cove. I'm going with Eastside, guys. Quarterback's good. Got two good defensive linemen.
Our peak performer of the week will
Who is it? Eastside who?
Rye Cove.
The Cove. I'm going to go with Eastside as well, and we could see a repeat performance from Stansberry.
I'm going with Coach Rhodes and the Spartans on this one.
We got Holston at Northwood. I'm going with Holston, guys. We got them up there, and got them. They're number 2 in 1A. I can't go against them. I mean, quarterback's fast. He makes fast look fast.
Makes face look slow.
Oh,
Is their only loss to Grayson?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going with Holston. I was impressed with them, and I think Northwood is, like Coach Krieger said.
Yeah,
I think they can do some things well. I just don't think they're going to be able to
too
contain that
much
quarterback.
speed.
I'm going with Coach Patterson here. I think Holston is a lot better than their opponent this week.
Chilhowie at Will Retreat. I'm going with the double R. I think Will Retreat might knock Chilhowie out of top 5 next week.
Going with the Warriors. Chilhowie Warriors on this one.
7-6.
I'm going to take Chilhowie again.
Good.
I am. So this is finally the first one we don't agree on.
I usually come out on top on those. All right, now let's go to Saturday, March 13th, starting at 12 o'clock. George Wythe at Galax. Got George Wythe in the top 5. I'm going with George Wythe.
Yeah, I've got the Maroons in this one as well.
I got to climb back, man. I'm going to go with Galax on this. I'm going to roll with the
Going with Galax.
Tide. I got them in the top 5, but Galax ain't in there.
That's right, we don't. That's 10 minutes out of the way. All right, we've got Patrick Henry at Honeacre. Honeacre just banged up, guys. I think Patrick Henry wins this one.
I think PH should get back-to-back wins here. Seth Padgett pick up another win here, PH.
That might be tough. You don't think that's tough? All right, I'm gonna go PH.
All right, next game we've got Graham at Marion. G-Man. Gosh, got to play Tazewell and Graham back to back.
That's tough. That's tough. Coach Smith and that bunch is going through some growing pains over there. Baptism of fire. I'm going to go with the G-Men as well.
I'll go with the G-Men.
All right, Saturday at 2 bells, 2 p.m. Grundy at Hurley.
God, man. Grundy at the Clift. This is one of them games where you go
What's the weather forecast?
4 or 5 years ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you wouldn't be able to find a seat. Of course, now due to COVID, you're going to be able to find plenty of
No, you can't. All 250 tickets are sold out for that
Well, that's
game.
what I mean. But
You'll find a seat.
Yeah, it would be, but the thing is, it's just not the, I don't know, guys don't have that vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if the kids realize the rivalry. I don't know, do they? I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Use that practice today. Did they realize it? No comment.
It's just different, guys. I mean, we're living in, this is COVID football.
I'm going to pick Grundy.
You're up.
I'm going to roll with the Rebels.
Imagine
I'm
that.
going to roll with them.
What you got there, Coach?
Got a little rain coming. I'm going with the Hurley Rebels.
All right. I think it's could be a pretty tight ball. I tell you what, if it's close in the fourth quarter, what's going to be the difference? If it's close in the fourth quarter,
Just turnovers, guys. It all comes down to turnovers. It comes down to special teams.
all right?
Boys, the BDD is just down in football right now.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if I've ever seen it this down. Have you?
I haven't.
I've never seen
I
it this
haven't.
down. I don't know who.
And I remember when Council Whitewood was
I
playing.
don't know who to pick. Referees, maybe.
I'm telling you, the old Whitewood teams can be transplanted right now, and they'd be favorites in the district.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we're going to get ourselves in trouble.
Let's go for it.
Wow.
Uh,
Looks like.
I mean, if it's close to the fourth quarter,
Well, it's like
probably
it's-
goes with that.
It's like it's across the region. I think, it's, but.
All right, here we go. Union at John S. Battle. Gosh. I'm going to take,
Is John Battle back? They threw COVID.
I guess, Union. Gosh, boys, it's just handed to them.
Union.
Handed to them. John Battle ain't practiced in 3 weeks. Handed to Union. Handed to them.
Coach Bostic, I'm sure, appreciates that.
Well, they just better be glad they got Coach Edwards.
Edwards, there you go.
I mean, because Coach Bostic and Coach Turner, I don't know.
Who you got there, Coach?
God.
Remember, you got to really build them up because you got to play them later on.
I mean, really, we picked them all pretty quick.
I'm gonna go with Union.
There's no doubt. All right, next.
Game of the week. Tazewell at the Big R.
All right, boys, here it comes.
Moore goes first.
Put the pressure on me. Boys, I want so bad to pick Tazewell. It's at Richlands. It's on turf.
At Ernie Hicks.
It's at Ernie Hicks.
Tazewell's spiced on her.
Sage Webb
Yeah.
is going to keep Richlands in this game. The streak falls, Tazewell wins.
Go ahead.
They will be dancing at frog level after this ball game.
Guys, this could go either way. If Tazewell's ever going to do it, they got to do it this year. They still might not get it done, but I believe they will. I'm going with the Tazewell Bulldogs.
Oh about that.
Well, boys, in a close one. I mean, Coach Moore said it. Sage Webb has to have a big game. He has to have help. And I just don't think he has it. I think Tazewell's going to win.
All right, Tazewell across the board. Who would have thought we would have been making that prediction a couple years ago? You want to change?
Need to catch up.
All right, gentlemen, so there you go. Across the board, we're saying Tazewell. I think it's going to be a tight ball game, but I'm going to stick to my guns. They'll be dancing at frog level when this one is over with. All right. Anything else you guys have to add? By the way, next week we will have a conspiracy regarding Mance Creek that I've been informed about. So definitely don't want to miss that show. It may come as a shocker to some people, but we'll save it for next week.
Shocker, is it Chris Stacy shocker?
No. That's another good one right there. All
We need
right.
to bring him on the show
Yeah, we do, don't we?
and have the conspiracy of, does he get snuff out of his teeth?
He's the only kid, and y'all probably not the only person, he ain't a kid, the only man that you'll ever meet that can say the alphabet and his lips never touch. And Coach Krieger called that one several years ago, did you know?
That is.
All right, well, I don't have anything else. Do y'all have anything
No,
else?
sir.
All right, I'm Coach Moore.
Coach Tester.
Coach Krieger.
Till next time, reminding you that people have more fun than anybody, except horses, and they sleep with their shoes on.